Capital Territory, Abuja, where the territory's administration sealed several offices on Monday, including the headquarters of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Naptip, the headquarters of the People's Democratic Party, an access bank in Wuse Market, a total petroleum station in the same area, and an FIRS office in Zone 5 due to an alleged non-payment of ground rent. The PDP, in a statement by the party's acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, described the action of the Fcta as the highest irresponsibility from the government, while the FIRS described the act as malicious and unprofessional, as members of their staff had a face-off with the Fcta. Well, let's take a look.
Hey! Come on, open this gate. Open this gate. Open this gate. Guys, stop fighting now. Put them out. Put them out. Put them out.
All our offices in Abuja listed in this letter, we paid ground rent. In fact, for this particular one, we paid 2,364,003 naira 26 kobo as ground rent covering the said properties. So we don't know why they refuse to acknowledge the money that was paid, why they refuse to issue receipt for the money, and they also went ahead to carry out this rascality, as my colleague said, because this is what they have done. They've only invaded our premises for no just cause. And like we said, we are demanding an apology from Fcta officials who came to carry out this rascality, and they must explain to Nigerians why they chose that option.
I mean, you know, the FIRS, well within their rights to demand an apology. We saw this news, especially with the FIRS, saying that they are not owing, and they demand a public apology from the minister and the Fcta administration. Well, following the altercation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu met with the chairman of the FIRS and the FCT Director of Land Administration and issued a 14-day grace period to defaulters. He also issued the same grace period to property owners who have not yet registered their interests or obtained the minister's consent to complete their requirements. The Minister of the FCT, Wike, has also extended the 14-day grace period for all FCT property holders to pay their right of occupancy and certificate of occupancy bills, warning that failure to comply could lead to the revocation of their titles. Well, let's take this reaction from Dr. Udo, who wrote to the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. And his statement reads, "Dear Honorable Minister, Governor Wike, I write to you as a concerned citizen and member of the public. Sir, you have consistently prided yourself on being a loyal party man and have often stated that you personally funded the People's Democratic Party during times when others abandoned it. Given this, I find it perplexing that the same party you claim to have supported financially is now reported to owe several years of ground rent to the Fcta, an issue that has reportedly led to the sealing of the party's national headquarters. I respectfully seek clarification on how you were funding the PDP, yet such critical financial obligations were left unattended. This matter raises serious questions and deserves honest answers. Thank you for your attention." Concerned citizen there, Mr. Udo. I mean, he asked really, pertinent questions. Yesterday, I watched Bode Judge on the show on television, and he was talking about the fact that this weekend you pride yourself as, the main funder of the PDP. How is it that this your ground rent for your PDP headquarters had been owed for this amount of time and hasn't been paid? Rufai, you're saying that because you're cracking up so much. Go ahead.
I mean, so I think you have to answer that question, but I know that person
from Bode George and this man.
That person was just trolling him. But let's come back to the matter. See,
yes.
If you go and check Abuja, as we speak, there are a lot of people living in homes ground rent have not paid. Once you're not on the political spectrum, people can overlook these things. But this PDP case was because of the political spectrum. See, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying do not pay ground rent. I'm not saying don't violate yourself. But the truth has to be said in this country. No matter how much you try to keep your documents intact, when people want to mess you up politically in Nigeria, they will do it. Is it today PDP had ground rent issues? FIRS have come out and said they paid.
Yes.
Why wasn't the payment ratified? And please, I will ask the Abuja Development Council, whatever the council is, to please have a technologically based number. Once you pay, it issues as a return, and you have a backlog in their files. Why was it, some questions I want to ask, that why was it that it was when we saw Minister Wike take newspaper articles to show that the agreement they tried to have with Umar and Sheyi Makinde didn't work out? The next day was the day that the ground rent issue came up, and you had
we
people
saw Wike's spokesman, what's his name again? Wike's spokesman yesterday, and he was talking about the fact that this is not politically motivated. And that
I'm sorry, with due respect, what do you expect Wike's spokesman to say? He will say what Wike says he should say. That's why he's a spokesman.
Yes. So,
I mean, I don't listen to, my intellectual analysis do not listen to...
Larry, right? Is that
I don't remember. I mean, it's not as important to me as anything.
Okay.
I mean, I don't dignify spokesmen.
Okay.
I don't talk to spokesmen, I talk to their bosses.
Yeah.
Bent on us to bring to equity, if we are coming to equity, come to equity with clear hands.
Yes.
I am not absolving those that have not paid ground rents. All I'm saying is and that's why this morning, you know the real hero in this matter? President Tinubu.
Yes.
President Tinubu, look at this.
Yes.
You brought about a sense of maturity because you know the implications, and that's why you quickly said, let's extend this for a 14 days grace,
period,
which was a great sense of maturity in all of this.
All right.
Because if he didn't do that now, they will say, oh, President Tinubu prevailed over the disgrace the opposition is facing and all of that. So kudos to him on that. But the PDP, I think fights within their folds have decimated them so much. Yes. And I don't even know if there's a general secretariat that can harmonize all of things. You have to get all your papers and also go and ratify and pay your ground rent.
All right.
It has to be said.
The PDP is saying that it's the highest form of irresponsibility for the government. If they are owing, I believe they should still go ahead and pay. FIRS has asked for an apology. We're waiting for an apology. And we need to be sure that these rents that are being owed are not really owed. Dr. Bati, because of time, let's take a